Hello everyone and welcome back to Coffee and Crypto. My name's Don. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching today's video. If you are watching it live, good morning. I hope you all have your coffee ready and looking forward to yet again another great episode of the daily news show that I am now obviously a huge part of and a huge fan of myself. But yeah, Coffee and Crypto every single morning. We go hard on the news, and if you joined us yesterday, you'll know that we went a little bit deep on the mindset and a bit of perspective on crypto in general. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed yesterday's video. I've had so many people reply to my story, personal story, and on Instagram, obviously, and also to the Crypto Glasgow page as well, and everywhere. So thank you everyone who did comment and let me know that you enjoyed the episode. The YouTube comments were great as well, so yeah, thank you so much. Anyway, let's move on to another episode of Coffee and Crypto. We've got a lot to cover. There's some big ETF news once again. The market's going a bit crazy. You'll have seen as of, yesterday evening, prices shot up by quite a bit. Our members, of course, of CC Pro did catch some trades that we had taken as well, so well done to you who did. There was a good few kind of positive, shall we say, price movements, which helped us in our trading journey, as I like to call it. But yeah, the ETF is potentially the cause of that. Is it really, or is it all based on chart behaviour and it is just great timing of the news? The month of June has been insane so far. We're only the 21st of June, and yet we've had Coinbase being sued, Binance being sued, the Hinman emails came out and not been all that great or what we expected. We've then seen BlackRock come out with the ETF, and now we've seen a further 2 or 3. I think Citadel and another kind of couple of companies have come out for their ETF as well. So I don't know what's going on, because summertime in crypto is meant to be quite boring and not all that action packed, but we have kind of seen a lot of action the past 3 weeks. So anyway, enough of me. Let's get into the prices first of all, and then we will see what's going on. So CoinMarketCap then, again, you'll see most things are green. Even Pepe is green today, which is a shock. It's actually still trending, which I'm sure you will be a huge fan of. But yeah, anyway, the top 10 then. So Bitcoin's currently sitting at 28,862, up almost 8% on the day, which is insane. Ethereum at $1,810, BNB $250. We've then got XRP at 49 cents, Cardano at 27 cents, Dogecoin at 0.06, Solana at $16, and then Tron at 0.07. So yeah, as you can see, even if I scroll down further past the top 10, most things are up quite a decent amount, at least 5%, I would say, on average, which is, fantastic. It's not all-time highs, it's not the bull market, it's not, the stuff we really want to see, but look, I'll take it. It's daily price action doesn't really bother me too much. It's great, don't get me wrong, for Coffee and Crypto, because it gets a bit of hype, but even if we were down 50%, I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to have the same hyped attitude towards the market. The prices don't affect me that much. Obviously, I say that if Bitcoin's at 60k, I'm going to be quite happy, obviously, potentially more happy than I am today, but on the most part, regardless of the price, if it's up or down 7 or 8%, still going to be here. I'm still going to show up. I'm still going to be in the crypto space and looking forward to what's to come in the next 12, 24, 36 months, whatever it may be. So yeah, don't let prices kind of, make you. As much as higher prices obviously make sense, that's kind of why we invest. But at the same time, the future of crypto is still very, very bright. There's so much still to go. And like I said, I think I mentioned it on yesterday's kind of rant that I had, or again, I've been saying it for the past kind of few weeks, if not pretty much forever. But just because Coinbase was sued, Binance was sued, and regulation in America is not all that good, that doesn't mean that crypto's going away. It doesn't mean it's going to zero. It doesn't mean anything like that. It's a play on your emotions by the media. And the fact that now the ETFs are flying in left, right and centre is maybe a bit more kind of proof in the pudding that crypto's not going anywhere. There was potentially just a move by Gensler, which I've actually got a meme that I'll show you. I think it's near the end of today's video, but a funny meme regarding Gensler and all of what's kind of going on. It's something that I've mentioned before, with the fact that I think that he is potentially manipulating the market for all the big players to get involved. But yeah, anyway, stick around. I'll show you that near the end of today's video. So first things first, let's look again at the BlackRock news, which we covered slightly yesterday, and Deck covered it on Friday. But BlackRock's spot ETF has renewed optimism and sparks a wave of new filings. I'll read this article, but I've got my opinion that I want to make on it. So, at least 2 investment firms have made new filings for spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds, ETFs, following investment colossus. Again, I'm going to just continue. If I get words wrong, please point me out and let me know in the comments. BlackRock's move to lodge a similar application for its own spot Bitcoin ETF on June 15th. New York-based asset management fund WisdomTree is the most recent investment firm to lodge a new filing for a Bitcoin spot ETF. And according to a June 21st filing to the US, obviously the SEC, WisdomTree requested that the SEC allow it to list its WisdomTree Bitcoin Trust on the CBOE BZX exchange under the ticket BTCW. So here's the official kind of tweet, I guess. I do have a full article on this, and I'll show you in a few minutes. But yep, that's another big company going in on the application process for an ETF. Now, WisdomTree has applied for a spot ETF twice before. Again, if you remember, yesterday I mentioned that this isn't anything new. We've seen ETFs quite a few times, but it was more back in the bull market that we saw that. It wasn't so much in these times. But its first application was rejected by the SEC. Sorry, I've got something in my eye. For anyone that's watching, you'll see that I look a bit of a mess at the moment. So it was in 2021, December, obviously. Its second application was rejected once again in October 2022, with the financial regulator citing similar concerns of fraud and market manipulation, which is hilarious because I feel like that's exactly what the SEC have done in 2023, fraud and market manipulation. But look, that's my opinion. At the time of publication, WisdomTree oversees approximately $83 billion in assets. Must be nice. Now, one of the key differences with BlackRock's recent filings to the SEC is that it intends to enter the surveillance sharing agreement with the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, so CME, futures markets. Now, BlackRock's proposal cites that the SEC's approval of the Bitcoin futures fund by investment advisory firm Chukram. Why is there so many strange words? It's too early in the morning. I've not finished my Starbucks yet either. I sound like such a basic Starbucks drinker. I've not finished my Starbucks yet. Okay, the coffee's definitely starting to kick in. I can feel it, and probably you can tell as well. So that ruling noted that the CME comprehensively surveils future market conditions and price movements on a real-time and ongoing basis in order to detect and prevent price distortions, including price distortions caused by manipulative efforts. So apparently this is going to be, I guess, some sort of way around it, or some sort of agreement that we'll use this CME and it'll mean that you can't manipulate the markets. And I think what they're trying to say here, right, do you know what, I'm going to just go in here because this is what I was going to try and hold back on, but I'm just going to go in. So a lot of this is, Bitcoin ETF, the ETF news, it's great. We really need a spot ETF. We really need these trillion-dollar companies to get involved in crypto in order for us, the retail investors, to really benefit from the bull market and from crypto. No, it's absolute garbage. It's what we're led to believe, because what I think personally has happened is, and a lot of people are on the same kind of wavelength as me, where Gensler and all his mates have, i.e. all these big trillion-dollar, billion-dollar companies who are all probably backhanding the SEC or whatever it may be, are obviously, again, we mentioned this, where this ETF, don't get me wrong, it is great to an extent for the market, right? It means that big players can invest in crypto, which means they'll buy a lot of Bitcoin, which means the supply and demand aspect will come into play. The higher the demand and the lower the supply, because one, there's only a set amount of Bitcoin, as we know, being produced ever, 21 million ever. They're not all going to be produced at the one time or available. So the more that these guys try and buy, they'll buy up the supply, which means the demand grows, which means, again, applying the standard supply and demand kind of aspect of price goes up, supply goes down, then the demand goes up, price goes up. So there's one benefit, I guess. It might help the price increase, but the only other problem to that is they then control the mass majority of Bitcoin. So they'll have, I don't know how many they'll want to buy or how many they'll hold, but they'll command X% of the market. And then it's essentially just gone back to the way that we kind of know the world just now, where the most powerful and more rich people own the highest supply, or the biggest supply of whatever it may be. Therefore, they control the market, they control the price, they control who gets it, who doesn't get it. And if you do want to buy crypto or Bitcoin in particular, they'll say, yep, cool, we'll offer it to you, we'll make sure it's safe, it's regulated, we'll back you up, it's insured, blah, blah, blah. But you're paying 10% on the price of what this kind of standard price is. But you're getting all this kind of benefit of security. It's a big company. We're BlackRock. We've been around for however many years. Or we're Wisdom Tree. We know what we're doing. We're worth trillions of dollars. So look, ETFs are probably a good or decent thing for the market, but don't let the media or get these articles get to your head too much, thinking that we really need them, because we've done okay the past 12, 13 years without them. Bitcoin's managed to get from zero to $69,000 per Bitcoin in the space of 12 years. I think it's doing okay by itself. So yeah, like I said, it's great having this because it allows bigger players to come in and more money to come in a bit more of a legitimized space, I guess. However, like I've just said, you then will start to lose the supply aspect of Bitcoin. Then the demand will grow, then the price will grow. And if you don't have enough and you plan to buy some over the next 5 years, then that might not be as such a good idea anymore. It should be buy as much as possible because it's cheap technically in comparison to what it could be. And in 5 years' time, it might be worth 100, 200, 300k per Bitcoin. Who's out there spending 100, 200k, 300k in Bitcoin? I'm not. So I'd rather buy it now in the hope that it goes to 100, 200, 300 and then sell it. But then I can't then buy it back for any less because these guys are going to be involved. They're going to control the market. They won't want to let it dip because it means more money for them. And what do we know about rich people? They're greedy. So hopefully you catch kind of my drift here and you get the point of what I'm trying to make. I'm not the first person making this point, but I just feel like people need to think about it that way and logically. And I'm not hating on ETFs. I think they're great for the market. I'm just seeing it for how it is. And again, telling you what you need to hear. Not necessarily what you want to hear, but I'm reading between the lines. And look, nothing I'm saying in terms of buying Bitcoin now because it might be 100k or 200k in a few years is any type of advice. Obviously, I would never advise anyone to buy any crypto. It's not what I'm allowed to do. No financial advice, as we always say on this channel. You know that by now. But look, when you compare today's prices, right? So today's prices, let's go back to CoinMarketCap. So today's price is $28,882, right? It's up 7%, fantastic. So let's just do simple maths. If in a year's time, one Bitcoin is worth $100,000, would you, now I want you to answer this seriously, right? Drop a comment below, let me know the answer. If you had the option to buy Bitcoin today at 28,800, or you had the option to buy that exact same Bitcoin at $100,000 in 12 months' time, again, answer me truthfully here. What would you prefer? Would you prefer to buy it today? Or would you rather wait until it goes 3 times in value for the same Bitcoin? Bear in mind, I'm talking about this pen is Bitcoin, right? So I'll give you it for today. Shake my hand, give me $28,000 today. In fact, I'll give you, I'll give you a discount, right? It's 28,800, but I'll give you it for 28,000. Take it. I don't know where I come up with some of this stuff, by the way. If you're watching this on YouTube, please, I am fine. I'm completely normal. But, so yeah, this pen is Bitcoin, £28,000 today, or dollars today, or I'll keep it until, let's just say, the end of 2024, for the benefit of the doubt. Let's say Christmas 2024, and I'll give you the exact same Bitcoin / black pen here for $100,000. What would you choose? So you get my point, right? I maybe kind of went on a little bit there about that, but that's the point I'm trying to make, is today's market, or today's price, is not tomorrow's price. What's that famous, like, I think a lot of the watch dealers use it. I think Fat Joe said it, or whatever it was, but today's price is not the same as yesterday's price, or whatever it may be. And look, it's a fair point with crypto as well, because obviously, don't get me wrong, it could go down tomorrow. We know that, right? But that's why we don't care too much about the daily price action. If these guys are serious and they are going to be getting involved in crypto the way that we all think they are, which it makes sense for them to do it now because of the way the SEC have been treating exchanges and all the securities and suing everyone left, right and centre to cause all the fear to try and drive the prices down. They keep trying and trying and trying. It would make sense for these ETFs to get approved, in my opinion. And just, like I said, be careful, just watch out, because I do think that these guys will literally just get as much of the supply of Bitcoin as possible. They've got the money, like they've got, what's that company that I said, was it 800 and something billion, or 83 billion? 83 billion in assets. They've got money lying around, they can afford a lot of Bitcoin, so don't think that they won't for a second buy a lot of Bitcoin. Anyway, look, that was longer than I wanted it to be, but hopefully it made sense. Hopefully, if you want to buy this pen today, let me know. I will sell you this pen for $28,000 today, or I'll sell you it in 18 months' time for $100,000. You choose, but let me know what you would choose, just out of curiosity. Moving on, let me get some of my caramel maca chaca cheeto, or whatever it's called, a Starbucks iced latte. I always feel like Starbucks have got like the funniest and strangest names for coffees. It's just like, just a cold coffee, mate. Right, I've got some news on Sleepy Joe, I wanted to kind of come off of crypto for at least a couple of minutes just to chat about AI, because Biden, or Sleepy Joe, is about to discuss the dangers of AI at a San Francisco meeting. So I'm absolutely ecstatic to see what Joe Biden has to say about AI, because look, I'll be honest, I don't think Joe Biden knows what AI is or how it works. So it will be quite interesting, to say the least. So anyway, let's read this, because I think it is quite interesting. And look, don't get me wrong, AI and crypto, as much as they're not the same type of thing, it's not an investment kind of vehicle, which I suppose you could invest in AI projects and stuff, but AI and crypto, it's a very future looking or future forward thinking thing. So I love to cover a bit of AI news. So let me get a quick sip of this and then we'll crack on with this article. Okay, so US President, I've got a bit of ice in my mouth now, fantastic. US President Joe Biden will discuss artificial intelligence with a group of Silicon Valley experts on June 20th. Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, that doesn't make sense because, 12 hours ago, I'm thinking it's in America. Okay, cool. My fault. Between campaign fundraising stops in California. So the president will meet, or probably has met now, so my apologies, I haven't got this to you within the hour's notice. But yeah, so with at least 8 experts, including renowned researchers and experts in AI safety. According to the White House, the topic of discussion will be the Biden administration's commitment to seizing the opportunities and managing the risks of artificial intelligence. So the attendee list includes Jim Steiner, founder of the Common Sense Media, Tristan Harris, co-founder of the Center of Humane Technology, Fifi Lee, co-director of Stanford's Human-Centered AI Institute, and another bunch of people who are in their own realms. But anyway, the group is noteworthy and for its individual members' efforts in education, policy, safety and harm mitigation, and previous meetings with the White House officials have included CEOs from the largest companies in the AI sector, including Google, Microsoft and Anthropic. Now, again, I wish there was an update to this article, it would have been a bit better, but anyway, the reason I wanted to bring this up, or at least bring it to your attention, right, is, well, one of two things. Like I said, I don't actually think Biden knows what AI is or how it works or anything. He's just the puppet. He's just the front man for whatever's going on. But it's hilarious to see that the AI, I mean, don't get me wrong, the AI stuff, I know Elon Musk kind of went on about it years and years and years ago about the dangers of it and stuff, but I love how they are making such a big deal about it, the dangers, the safety, but they aren't talking about how positive AI can be as well. It's another typical kind of, I don't know, in my opinion, another typical media spin on AI. And look, there's definitely some sort of issues potentially out there and dangers. Elon Musk said it years ago. I get that. There's dangers in a lot of things, but there's a lot of real positives in AI when it comes to owning a business or even just general day-to-day tasks. There is loads of benefits to it. So yeah, I just think they're trying to kind of do the old thing. It's the same old. Like, they'll focus on the negatives rather than the positives, spread the kind of negatives. It's not going to stop adoption. It's not going to stop companies coming out with AI products. Crypto has kind of touched on a little bit of AI. You get some AI trading bots and stuff as well. I'm not a huge fan of that, but you can't really, as a human, you can't really fault AI because it is kind of machine learning. It is pretty smart and it's usually quicker than humans. So you can't fault it as long as you understand it and you know kind of how to use it and respectfully how to use it. Of course, the dangers are there, but I don't think Joe Biden is actually the right man for the job. I think, like I said, he's just the kind of front man. He's just the name that they put because he's the president of the free world, shall we say. Anyway, AI, it's dangerous, watch out, blah, 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 all that good stuff. Or you could use it to your benefit and potentially make a side hustle from it, because there's a lot of very beneficial tools out there using AI at the moment, especially with Google, with Adobe. There's loads, absolutely loads. I'm pretty sure Google's new phones have AI in them as well with their camera. So yeah, anyway, AI is great in my opinion, but there is obviously dangers. But that's why these big companies, I mean, it's funny because these big companies like Google and all that, Microsoft, they're out there talking about the dangers, but they're the ones that are creating the dangers because they know where there's danger, there's money. And what I've literally just said a minute ago, the rich like to get richer, they like money, they're greedy. So just because there are dangers doesn't mean that they're going to stop per se. You know, they're just going to acknowledge the fact that there's dangers because it's cool to do that and cool to talk about the dangers and have meetings with Joe Biden, but it's not going to stop them. So anyway, respect to AI and mass respect to Joe Biden for being so clued up on AI as well. Okay, cool. The next two news articles are back to the ETF news. I'm not going to kind of go into them much because I've gave a big piece on the ETF, but there was another company which I didn't mention on the first one. It was called Invesco. They reapplied for their Bitcoin ETF. Again, they tried in 2021, much again, like pretty much every big company, they failed. Oh, not so much failed, but they were denied by the SEC. So yeah, this company here, investment management company Invesco, which has $1.4 trillion assets under management. So they're a pretty big deal. So yeah, in 2021, they first filed for the Bitcoin ETF in conjunction with Galaxy Digital. It also filed for a Bitcoin futures ETF, but dropped its effort in October 2021 after the futures ETF by ProShares was approved and began trading first. In its filing, Invesco argued that the lack of a spot Bitcoin ETF pushes investors towards riskier alternatives, as seen in insolvencies like FTX, Celsius Network, BlockFi, and Voyager Digital Holdings. So they're using the likes of FTX, Celsius, whatever, as the kind of scapegoats. Oh, they're so dangerous, you shouldn't use them. Come to us, we're safe. We'll take care of you. But as I mentioned literally 5-10 minutes ago about how these big players work, I mean, this company's got $1.4 trillion. That's more than the crypto market at the moment. In fact, there we go. There's another point of what, I mean, again, go back and watch yesterday's video, especially the last 20 minutes of it. But the big point I was making yesterday of, like, crypto is so early. Like, if you think you know better, then kind of rejig, go have 5 minutes to yourself in a quiet room. Remember that point I was making yesterday? Well, think about this company, right? This one single investment company called IVZ, or Invesco, has $1.4 trillion under management alone. One company, right? Look at this. If my mouse would click. The total market cap of crypto at the moment, so the total, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, every 25,000 of them, or how many is it exactly? Yeah, 25,870 different crypto projects are registered on CoinMarketCap. The market cap is 1.1 trillion. 1.135 to be exact. The whole of crypto. Everything. So all your billionaires that are in crypto, everyone that's got crypto, all these projects, market cap of Bitcoin alone is 560 billion. Every single crypto is 1.1 trillion, right? Invesco, one company, has 1.4 trillion under management alone. So they look after more than the crypto market in general at the moment. Yeah, again, go watch yesterday's video. It's super, super important that you watch it, share it with someone, let someone know what's going on and what they really need a bit of a shake, to be honest. Hopefully all this ETF stuff is starting to hype up and heat up the market again and people are starting to take note. But yeah, I can't stress that enough. That one company who wants a Bitcoin ETF already manages more than the whole entire crypto market at the moment. So yeah. Think of that what you will. Anyway, again, like I said, I won't spend too much more time on the ETF stuff. I just wanted to let you know there's another massive $1 trillion company, pretty happy and pretty involved in getting into crypto. But some people who are investing 10 grand or 20 grand still think that crypto's a scam. It honestly, like, for anyone watching the screen, you'll see my hands are on my head and it's just like, what? You think you know better than $1 trillion company? That's fine. No problem. Enjoy whatever you get into with that 10 grand. Again, this one, Wisdom Tree submits new filing. I've already kind of touched on that, so we'll move on. But yeah, another big, massive $1 billion company is getting into Bitcoin or wants an ETF, so maybe you should start paying attention. Okay, this one, I quite like this actually. So thinking that BTC is pumping solely because of the recent string of ETF applications by the Wall Street OGs. Now, DEC, for anyone that obviously has followed us for a long time and anyone that's had potentially one-to-ones with us in person. So remember, people of YouTube and whoever's watching this or listening to this, we are a consultancy as well. So we do phone call consultancy based one-to-ones and also in-person consultancy, one-to-one based consultancy meetings. I don't know why I worded that so strange. But anyway, anyone who's been in with us and spoke with us in this very office and anyone that's kind of watched any of our content, I guess, for a long time, is DEC goes on a lot about the Wall Street OGs and how they think that Wall Street controls majority of crypto. Now you're seeing all these Wall Street OGs come in and try and get Bitcoin ETFs. It's very strange. Look, DEC speaks some truths. And look, we know he's a bit of he's a funny looking guy sometimes, right? And he says a lot of funny things. But look, the man speaks truth, all right? Now, I'm saying this because I know DEC's listening to this and I know he's sitting outside the office listening to this. But yeah, DEC mentions this a lot about the Wall Street OGs. And I think it goes over some people's heads a lot because they think, why has Wall Street got anything to do with crypto? Well, Wall Street are rich men. They are billionaires and trillionaires. And what do billionaires and trillionaires like? They like money, and they like a lot of money, and they're very greedy men. So if they know that they can make a lot of money from an unregulated asset like crypto, believe me, they're going to do it. Hence the ETFs. Anyway, went off on one there once again. But the Wall Street OGs are very short-sighted. Other variables at play here. So again, I 100% agree here. It's not just the ETF stuff. So it says, don't disregard the S&P 500 official bull market, plus the Fed pause versus the pivot. Lots of things going on and having an effect on Bitcoin. So the past few days have shown that the ETF news has been a hype, but don't forget that last week the Fed had paused rate hikes. That's quite a good look for crypto. So we did see a bit of a dump after it, and that's normal after the FOMC meeting last week. Don't worry about that. Again, short-term price action should not worry you. But the fact that S&P is in an official bull market, the Fed have paused versus the pivot, the ETFs are all coming out. There's a lot of good news coming out for crypto in general. So don't just think that the ETFs are the boost in price here. It's all a bit of a media turn. But look, like I said, look, price goes up, we're happy. But don't get ahead of yourself too much, because the future is still very, very bright for crypto in general. Now, you all have seen, I don't know if that's blurry on your screen, it's blurry on my screen, but it's because it's like blown up a little bit. But you will have seen this many, many times in the past, hopefully. It's the Wall Street cheat sheet. It's used in all different types of markets, and a bit of kind of crypto does use it quite often, and it shows you how markets, or how a market looks based on emotions. So you've got the disbelief, you've got the hope, optimism, the belief, the thrill, the euphoria, complacency, and then we start seeing anxiety, the denial, the panic, the capitulation, the anger, depression, and then it goes back to the disbelief. So there's a lot of this is exactly what happens pretty much, and it's based on facts and history over time in the Wall Street kind of journey. This person's tweeted out disbelief. So they strongly believe that we're down here at disbelief, where we're like, this rally we're having is probably going to fail again, like most other times the past 12 months that we've had rallies. Start in January, we had a rally, we had a pump, it came back down a little bit, and then it was go down at 16k, and then it pumped back up, so there is definitely disbelief, but then disbelief then becomes a bit of hope, because it continues to grow and grow and grow. Then there's an optimism that's like, oh my god, it's happening. So look, again, if you haven't seen this, it's a great chart. Pause the video and you can look over it. It's hard to, again, it's kind of the whole point. If you knew exactly how you felt and where you were in the market, then it would be easy to time the market. You would buy it in disbelief and you would sell it in euphoria. The perfect strategy, right? But it's hard to live day in, day out by this chart. Again, take it from me. I've got 6 years experience in this. I've seen and I've felt every single one of these emotions multiple times in crypto. So it's easier to look back and place this on a chart from the previous bull cycle rather than trying to live in the moment. And that's why crypto is so hard, because it is such an emotional battle. That's why it's great to show you this, but it won't make that much sense to you day in, day out, because it's hard to treat those emotions day in, day out. But anyway, I wanted to show you, someone's tweeting out saying they're in disbelief stage. Look, if we are great, like, you shouldn't then need the disbelief. You should, like, what I'm trying to say here is, you shouldn't need something like this to show you that you should have been buying crypto for the past 12 months. We have been telling everyone, not any financial advice, but we have been sharing, we have been buying for 12 months when the prices were super low. Bitcoin was $16,000 less than 4 months ago, 5 months ago. Altcoins were still down 95%. Like, the market, everyone ran from the market because they were so clueless. Whereas people like ourselves and our members knew what was going on, so they've been buying and buying and buying at low prices. Seen a bit of a pump in January, February, March. Now, we're starting to see some potential disbelief. People are starting to think, oh, right, should I be buying? Bitcoin's already up like 30% or whatever it is. You've already missed a huge amount of gains because you waited for the big guys from Wall Street to tell you or show you on the chart that the price is going to go back up and it's not going to zero. It's crazy how people's minds work, and it's not frustrating. I wouldn't say the word's frustrating, but because I don't mind. I'm investing. I'm an investor. Bear in mind, I'm an investor. I make money from investing in crypto. So I've been buying. I just like to watch it go up and go down because there's a sell opportunity, there's a buy opportunity. I don't treat it anything more than that. I see a future for it, but it's bewildering. Maybe that's the word. It's bewildering to see that how some people's emotions work based on how the history of crypto's been and what we try. I mean, I talk about it every single day on YouTube. I speak about it every single day in Discord. It's not like we've went quiet. For anyone that knows us, we've been here every single day, morning, noon and night. It's a 24/7, 365 job. Like, we don't take time off, like, ever. Ask our members, join Discord, scroll back, you'll see. We do not take time off, which, look, I would love time off, right? I've got a young family. I like to go and enjoy myself, but crypto just doesn't stop. So we don't take time off because we know what happens. It's not until you see things coming out like this chart in front of you. Oh, I've just stopped looking at your screen. That's not what I wanted to show you. That's the meme. I was trying to hold that meme till the very end. My mistake. Look at this chart in front of you and don't think that because we're in this certain stage that now's a trigger point for you to be buying. You should have been educating the whole time and should have been buying the whole time. No financial advice. But it just goes to show you that people's emotions work differently, and it's all down to your education and your commitment to the cause. So if there's anything to take away from whatever I've just said there, because it was a bit of a rant, educate more on crypto. Don't give up. Not just in crypto, in anything that you're chasing, don't give up, because the more you keep going, just keep chopping away and chopping away and chopping away. I promise you something will come of it. I promise you something will come of it, whether it's financial freedom or any type of kind of freedom, I guess. Yeah. Just, I feel like Nelson Mandela or something right now. But yeah, just keep at it. Just keep going. Just keep pushing. Just enjoy the journey. The journey is everything. And yeah, you might kind of use this chart in your own business, whether it's crypto or not. It's definitely possible. Anyway, enough of whatever that just was. Let me re-show you the meme, I guess, I wanted to show you. So for anyone that's just seen it, forget you've just seen it. This photo has been going kind of viral a lot. The Gary Gensler and what's her name again? The other woman that we don't like, I can't remember her name, whispering into Gary Gensler's ear. And it's been used, like I said, loads of times. But this one's pretty funny where it's like, sue the exchanges. BlackRock and Citadel are ready to make their move. So it's what I've been saying this whole video, or more so at the start of the video, where Gensler and his crew have decided to sue all these people at a very convenient time in the market so that all the big players of Wall Street can get involved when the prices and the retail fear is high. Sorry, prices are low, retail fear is high, so they can buy and then just encourage more people to buy when the prices are up higher, filling their pockets. And yeah, same old story. You don't need me to tell you again, it's the same old story. Anyway, that was my big fancy meme and funny meme that I wanted to show you that I've already ruined. But anyway, yet again, another almost 40-minute coffee and crypto episode. I think I might need to stop drinking these Starbucks iced lattes and kind of stop talking so much. But anyway, I hope something that I've said today has helped you. Hopefully you've learned a little bit more about what's going on in the crypto market. If you do want to hear more from me or anyone on the team, then of course join or consider joining our Discord. I don't just say it for no reason. There is legit info in there. There's a massive community of over 2,000 at this point, and a huge chat room where people chat daily about crypto. And there's some good chat in there, and some good memes, and some good kind of laughs, and some good profit success stories. So don't forget, we've been around the market for a long time. We have the kind of profit success to show, and I'd love to get you involved and chat and help you out on your crypto journey. So yeah, anyway, enough from me. I will see you all again tomorrow for another episode of Coffee and Crypto. My name's Don. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you managed to get to the end of today's video without skipping it, drop me a comment and say I've watched the whole video. And yeah, of course, like the video. And if you haven't subscribed already, consider it. We do this every single day, and I'd love for you to join us every single day. Anyway, enough from me. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you all again for another episode tomorrow. Take care. See ya.